So this is Travis's video. Just want to break that one down. Um, so what I'm actually gonna do is just keep it, because you can see it's Travis's here. So what I'm gonna do is just gonna keep it on my face for at least this reaction and my post analysis. I'll probably go back to the other scene just to make it easier because my face taking up this much in this kind of quality is not ideal. Um, but I'm gonna play through this. You won't be able to hear it, but I will know. I will at least let you know when I hit start on the video, um, and then we'll just break down reactions and stuff from there. Yeah, at least for how I am. I'm gonna do a full watch through. It's like 2.5 minutes, so it's not that long of a break, and then we'll run reactions and then jump around the video to give it a look see. Um, I think we should be good from there. If he strikes me, then that's it. Trying to play the respect game, and we'll see what he calls for that. So without further ado, and start. Okay, so let's actually jump into reviewing this piece out. Um, all right, not worried about that. So let's formation is this lock in. So this is the first thing that feels like it should be a good thing. At least it feels like it should be. Um, because it's a tournament with like two groups and everything. Um, but it's just like an opening tournament. It's a preseason tournament. There's only money at the end of it. They get the lock-in championship, but it's still a single elimination tournament. Like this lock-in tournament is, I think it would actually just be Riot testing out a tournament format and seeing how the viewership plays out. Six, eight, 10. Yeah, they have 8 teams playing through. So there's only like top 8 teams. What was it? Yeah. Yeah. So only 2 teams don't get to show up. So only 2 teams get to show up. So they're keeping a lot of teams and sponsorships happy there. Um, champion prize money is great. The charity thing is, marketing piece. It's nice for sure. Then we go into the spring split. So spring split and summer split are still alive. We're not doing we're not doing a long season like Overwatch did. We're still keeping the 2 split situation, which I guess has its benefits. Um, double round robins, standard like before. Best of ones, still holding down that Western idea. But this, mm, what was that? Come here. Oh dear. Where are you? So it's 3 full days. It's 3 full days. Oh boy, that's interesting. That's, oh boy. That just feels different because they used to do Friday Night League, then they did Monday Night League, but now they're just forcing it. They're hard forcing it into a Friday evening for at least East Coast. Because I'm Mountain, so that's 4 p.m. and then 5 for Central, and then 6 p.m. for Eastern. So still holding that down for at least Friday when people get off work. So major catering to East Coast, as would be expected. And then 1 p.m. start times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 6 hours of broadcast. Yeah, because it could be 1 time for pre-show, 1 hour for pre-show, 1 hour for the end of show, so like 7 hours really. Um, but yeah, it's gonna be long days, man. Long co-streams for those that can manage it. Mid-season showdown. This I thought this was gonna be MSI, but it's not. Um, so this is what is it? They get crowned an LCS championship actually by the end of this. This is the best thing that they're actually keeping from last year, and they're just not expanding it as much. So they're gonna have a mid-season showdown, which might as well be just a spring split final. They're just renaming it, um, and we're still gonna have an eight teams going into this, right? What is it? Okay, this is practically spring split finals here. Yeah, that's nothing special there. Okay. Triple round robin now instead of we had before what? Double round robin. So triple round robin. That's even more games. So a third more games, basically, going into summer split. So many games being played. Like, it's either gonna be a lot of trash or a lot of stuff getting figured out, and that could be great. Like, but it could also just mean that like Golden Guardians, this is gonna be like dog tier like all year basically. It could just be absolute trash because their budget it's gone. Um, oi. So triple round robin, best of one still, 45 games, and then they go top eight for the same double elim situation. Yeah, same double elim situation, just 8 seeds again, like we did last summer, which was just it's such a low bar, and it just means the eighth and seventh seeds, unless somehow are like really really tight in the in LCS, they're just gonna be throwaways. Like the real matches aren't gonna start till like around, you know, what fourth seed comes down, knocks them out. Sixth seed might contest or something like that. Like real matches aren't gonna really be taking place until later. So re fine tuning. Okay, as much as possible. Okay, but they're still running this like, and they only talk about this for the playoffs. It sounds like for summer, so they're trying to make this comfortable for the teams going into this, but still like it's still going to be a very heavy situation. I think it's just so many games to play. It's one of those where you could say there's so many games to play for like LPL and LCK because they do their best of threes at the time, but like that is its own prep for the real game. And when it comes to best of fives, it allows for the adaptation. These best of ones, the high variance and the potential for upset is great fun, and it's great that we actually get to have these tournaments more. Like if the viewership goes up higher and Riot Broadcast does their job of properly emphasizing that, hey, these are going to be best of fives. So stick around after the first match. Then like great, like maybe next year, because they've been so radical this year, maybe they'll be radical again, and they'll shorten out the season so players like at least successful teams aren't playing like 365. Hmm. Yeah, world champions, yada yada. So should have the lock one, the lock up here, January 11th. Great stuff, great stuff. I need to put that in there. This is just yeah preseason LCS lock in. I think this is just I think actually because this is a lock in, it's not described here. The lock in's just going to be to define who the top 10 teams. They're just going to figure out rankings by like the end of this. Like bottom two are like 9 and 10. Who cares? Yeah, everyone gets to make it. Single animation. They get to just flip coins or something like that. It's weird that it's called a lock in because that would suggest, at least I've taken it as a suggestion, that it's going to lock in your position in ranking, I guess, going into uh, spring split. But it's just prize money and like clout. Like, ooh, you took preseason and won prize money. Like, good for you. Lock in champion. And then we actually go into spring split. Yeah. It's renamed. This will be better, naturally. So, okay. Alrighty. So, I think this is actually great. Like, I naturally you can criticize everything you come across in the world. I think this is a great start. It's radical, it's crazy. I'm curious to see how much the players complain about it, with how many games they're going to play this year. Um, but I would also think that would provide a lot of opportunity for experimentation. But it also could put people in definitely a bind. It's like, hey, we've not won anything. Like we were like, 10 and 35 or something like that at the end of the season. It's like that would just be so dog. But it could also mean that, hey, we're just going to rotate rosters more. Like you have, if you have, what was it? You normally had 18 games a split, which would put you at like 36 games just in the two regular seasons, plus playoffs, which could be like 5, 5, 5, like 15 plus games, depending on your run through the bracket. Um, so that's 50 games. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Because the triple round robin in spring is going to be great. But the fact that they're just not allowing, like, this is where it goes back to, like, the dumb analysis back in the day that Jad, I remember him, like, stating it, not in a mocking term, and not to throw Jad under any bus, for sure. Um, but I remember the statement being that, like, or the idea back when we were running our best of threes in the LCS and the LEC, was that, oh, you'll play more games so you'll be better. And it's like, yes, but no. The A little deeper into that is that um, if you're having the best of three format, it allows you to actually have experimentation in game one, and then in game two, you bring out the real guns, and if you haven't won by then, you're out. But if you match then at game three, you can either throw something radical into play, or you can maintain your winning game plan from game two. It allows for more variation for this to play out. So this best of one format is still a very toxic and not helpful piece for the West, for trying to complete internationally in terms of just what the system provides for conditioning and preparing players and teams to go play internationally. There's many more factors that can go into that, between just star power, meta-analysis, how much they even care to practice or learn or experiment or try, cultural differences, issues, many, many things that can go into it. But I think they're just trying to edge this out. So Riot putting in more of these, having at least this opening tournament, and then having at least these lower bracket run tournament styles for the two playoffs are great. I just don't think they're ever going to, at least for Worlds or MSI, they're ever going to get rid of these best of one group stages. Because seeing, Fengbu Buffalo upset, SKT or something like that, it's just such a big deal, even though any real analysis would just call it a one-off walk away. You go into a best of three or best of five, and Fengbu have no chance. No chance. You don't get Team Liquid beating IG every day. That was a major fluke by certain circles. So I think this is fantastic in terms of a giant a change, and it provides so many more games to be played. At least for the LCS. I'm curious what the LEC announcement will be. If there's gonna be any crazy changes there as well. Usually LEC's been the experimental region for the West, but it seems like Riot has finally decided to just put out more tournament style things, at least one more with the LCS lock-in, and still keeping spring on a low emphasis. So again, like, it's really hard for the season to matter until you're literally at MSI, and then after that, it's like come back, play catch up, and now you're actually trying to get into Worlds, and I don't know what the qualifications are to get into Worlds 21 this year. So that'll be interesting. But thank you, Travis, for getting this out for everyone. Hope everyone enjoyed this ranting breakdown for 2021. And I'm excited. January 11th, everyone. That's, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks away? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks away. Something like that. Yeah, 4 or 5 weeks away. So yeah, good stuff. So I hope y'all enjoyed, and until next time.